KUAMs, we congratulate and salute station KUAM.
Day and welcome to our special edition of Extra. Tonight we are celebrating our sister station Isla 63 AM's 60th anniversary. It all started with our AM station that helped us grow to who we are today. Tonight we take you back in time to share the story of KUAM.
This is radio station KUAM, owned and operated by Radio Guam, broadcasting on an assigned carrier frequency of 610 kilocycles. With a power output of 1,000 watts, it's authorized by the Federal Communications Commission in Washington, D.C. KUAM's studio and transmitter are located in Acanya, Guam, in the Marianas Islands.
March 14, 1954, the headlines would read, KUAM on air tonight. At 6 o'clock that evening at a makeshift studio in Ordot, KUAM would take over the airwaves of the Armed Forces Radio Services Guam. The military radio station was the only broadcast communication station prior to the arrival of KUAM.
At this time, for the invocation, I have the honor to present the Most Reverend A.W. Baumgartner, Bishop of Guam.
Let us pray. Today we bow before the omnipotent and eternal God, who has made the heavens and the earth and all things that are in them, and has given unto the mind of man the ability to probe into the secrets of thy creation, learning generation after generation of thy wonders and of thy power, approaching, yet never being able to reach fully the perfection of thy knowledge of things created. Today we bow before thee as we dedicate this first civilian radio station for our territory, asking thee to bless its inception and to protect its operation, so that it may be a fruitful means of information and education, a source of light and knowledge, a mode of recreation and pleasure.
It was a man named Harry Engel that was behind bringing to Guam its first commercial radio station. The station served as a new voice for the Marianas. On its premiere program on KUAM 610 AM, it was Anderson Air Force Base Wing Commander Colonel Edwin G. Simison who said, quote, "It strengthens the voice of democracy as well as increases the contact of all the people in Guam with the United States. Radio, like the printed word, contributes to the life and culture of a people in a dynamic way. It brings the experience of the world within easy reach, and by doing that, it not only contributes to our enjoyment and education, but it makes for better understanding and improves community relationships."
Good evening. This is your acting Governor, Pat Herman, speaking on behalf of Governor Ford Q. Elbridge. Few events on Guam have stirred the imagination and aroused the enthusiastic island-wide interest and support of the entire territorial population compared with this opening tonight of Guam's first privately owned commercial radio station, KUAM. This event, appropriately, has also attracted national interest with widespread news and real coverage throughout the United States, beneficial to the stature of the territory, and a testimonial in itself of the merchandising salesmanship of KUAM's manager, Harry Engel, and his associates.
The advertisement campaign back then boasted everybody has to listen to KUAM on Guam. 70,000 people must listen to radio station KUAM because there is no other station.
Beneficial to the stature of the territory, and a testimonial in itself of the merchandising salesmanship of KUAM's manager, Harry Engel, and his associates.
With KUAM being the only radio broadcast at the time, it also was the first to bring to the people of Guam local radio news. Aside from news, some of the radio programs broadcast during KUAM's early days included the hillbilly hit Corral. The people of Guam would hear the voice of some of the nation's biggest stars at the time, like Bob Hope, Dinah Shore, and Bing Crosby.
Hello, this is Bing Crosby. I'd like to add my good wishes and congratulations to station KUAM, its management and personnel in Guam, on the occasion of their premier broadcast. It's heartwarming, really, when we realize that this island, which a comparatively short time ago was a scene in so much chaos and bloodshed is today the home of a colony of people who are able to enjoy the freedom, the way of life for which so many lives are sacrificed. We hope you'll continue to enjoy the programs KUAM carries. Again, congratulations. Good luck.
As far as local programming, Women's World became a popular program, which would later move to KUAM TV. It was hosted by Madeline Berdallo. Guam's Washington delegate was actually KUAM's first receptionist. During her time here at KUAM, Congresswoman Berdallo, like so many other past and present employees of KUAM, wore many hats, from being the former program director, news director, to on-air talent.
Well, I had a program called The Interesting Women of the Community, and I started with the governor's wife and the admiral's wife, the general's wife, and all of that, and that was very interesting. I also did a show where I featured different communities on Guam, and that was really special because even European communities were represented through the military. So I had the Samoan community, the Filipino community, the Indian community, and I'd bring them up, and they would, the whole theme would be that particular theme, and then they would do their fashion show, wearing their costumes, and then we'd do a special dish from their country, and we sought military help, and they would also bring in European wives of the military, and they would provide the show. Incidentally, my program director, the one that did the programming for me, was a military wife. She was a lieutenant's wife.
It was a few years after KUAM 610 AM signed on air that the company transcended from the only local radio station to Guam's first television station as well. Under the new ownership of Scott Kilgore and Sam Rubing, the two formed the Pacific Broadcasting Corporation. KUAM TV, initially an NBC affiliate, was born on August 5th, 1956.
I believe the TV came about in 1956, but shortly after the radio. And I remember KUAM used to be up at Odot. My God, that place, you can get lost in that little building there, and it's falling apart. But KUAM still operates, and even during crises like typhoons, they're able to maintain it. But I really believe that KUAM played a major role in the information business. Yeah.
Stay tuned. We'll continue the story of the evolution of KUAM next.
I'm Just Lujan. I host The Buzz Radio Live on Isla 63, 6 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, your only Chamorro talk show on Guam. Well, the importance of Isla, at least on my show, is the people of Guam have the opportunity to call and express themselves. A lot of times the Chamorro expression, when translated into English, is not well understood, doesn't come across. But when they are able to express themselves in a language in Chamorro, it comes very clear. And again, it's the only Chamorro show on Guam, on the island, on the Marianas. So again, it's important to continue perpetuating the culture and the language. Upuntanti esti tatantati esti magayat hadzi mamanea staba esti Isla 63 the afagwa si tunsus Chamorro i un tempo ano atantati le kunanga family esti afabidana si tunsus Chamorro. Ang na tagwihil lo penat jasiluhan lo fit no pes anesta manazo no gui za 8 po mumaneha esti Estación Isla 63 Isla 63 sempilo qui no sia sumogui para I formula niya ni afa ali per edzuna tempo o manahuzon esti I palabras Chamorro con todo para proteger I linguaje sa con todo I cultura Chamorro. Biba, Isla 63. Celebrating 60 years, first on Guam.